Good morning. Welcome to another Daily 10. We're going to start off today in a seated position. You're going to focus today on breathing cadence. So we're going to do something called box breathing, where you're going to inhale for 4 seconds, hold at the top for 4 seconds, exhale for 4 seconds, and then hold at the bottom for 4 seconds. Just focusing on the number and the cadence will help bring you back to that point. This is a great thing to use at night if you are struggling to fall asleep as well. Today, I want you to think about your thoughts like sounds. Many times we have negative thoughts, unhelpful thoughts, but they may not be appropriate or something that needs to be paid attention to and magnified. Simply developing the practice and the ability to notice something that happens without reacting to it, in the same way you can notice a sound in the distance and not react to it, will help pull you back from emotionally reacting to things. For our ankle circles, you can lift one foot off the ground. You can do this standing or seated, doesn't matter. But you're going to focus on drawing the biggest and smoothest circle with that ankle you can. For the scoops, the front leg will stay straight, and let's say it's on your right side. Your right foot will go in front of the left foot. You'll sit into that right hip, keeping that right leg straight. The left leg will bend to kind of support and stabilize to allow you to focus on one leg at a time. But the idea here is we're focusing on a hip hinge position. Just focus on easing into the motion. Think about a rusty hinge with some WD-40. We need 1,000 reps to loosen things up little by little. Standing hip circles, your arms are at the hips, legs are straight. You're just letting the entire hips rotate in a smooth circle forward and backwards. The point is not to really force anything, but just to get some motion going left and right, and let the body just try to work in this circular plane of motion as you start to get some motion back in some of these stiffer areas. For the small shoulder circles, bring your hands and arms up to 90 degrees. Push them out and away from your torso. Think about quick repetitions forward and backwards, and the faster, more vigorous you can move, the more you have to engage your shoulder blade and scapular muscles. Keep the shoulders pulled down and back and the neck relaxed as you do this. For the fist squeeze to finger extensions, we spend much of our day in flexion, whether we're typing, writing, driving, texting, and we don't ever do any extension. So at certain points of the day, if you take your hand and just do a bunch of rapid hand extensions, it really engages to that full range of musculature. For the head circles, it doesn't matter if you're standing, seated, or kneeling. You're just focusing on letting that chin and head rotate gently around the body. You're not trying to force anything here, but you're going to exhale and breathe. You may feel some areas of more tension than others. Take a second and stay there. Just breathe and try and work through it. For the cat-cows, you're going to go on all fours in quadruped position. Exhale and push the back away. So you're going to exhale and you're going to feel the spine lift and arch, and then you're going to inhale and drop the spine back down. Think about getting the hips and the shoulders engaged as well. As you exhale, you'll feel the glutes tuck underneath and push the shoulders away, so you'll feel the shoulders protract, and you inhale, do the opposite. So you let everything move from that mid-thigh to the shoulders. It's all engaging in this flexion extension with the breath. The glute bridge is the most important movement you can start with for the posterior chain. Feet stay planted on the ground, toes are spread, engaged with the ground. You're pushing through the whole foot. Make sure as you lift the hips up, the back does not arch. It should feel entirely like it's coming from the glutes. Don't overextend the back and keep your core engaged. Single seated straight leg hamstring mobilization, you're going to sit up tall, bring one foot in. The goal here is to bring the spine and the pelvis and torso towards the leg. You can rock backward and forward, lean, take your time, turn left and right. There's no one right way to do any mobilization. The point is to create a better communication with the muscles in your body going on. Make sure you breathe the whole time. All right, today we're going to talk about what makes a food healthy. And there's three elements you always want to consider when you're thinking about this. One, how nutrient dense is the food? So it's not just about the calories, it's about what the micronutrient profile is, what the macronutrient profile is, the vitamins, the minerals. Number two, how processed is the food? Generally, healthier foods are going to be those that come from the ground. They have less human interaction. They're going to have less overall ingredients in them. They're going to have an expiration date for the majority of foods. Number three, does it fill a need in your body? Whether or not that need is a nutrient or vitamin need or just simply a caloric or macronutrient need, thinking differently about food and thinking about does it actually bring me benefit? So if a food is nutrient dense, doesn't have a lot of steps in between when it was cultivated or grown and when you consume it, and if it fills a need for your body, that's generally going to be a healthy food and something you can eat pretty much whenever you want.